Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Justice the Analyst. I'm Kirill and I'm looking forward to review one more country for the Eurovision semifinals today. And today we're going to take a look at one of the most interesting Eurovision countries, and it's Ireland. While it's one of the most interesting, well, everyone tells about Ireland as the country with the most wins in the song contest, even though now Sweden has the same amount, about like a sort of a powerhouse in Eurovision. But then in the last 15 years or so, Ireland is not really showing us anything, more or less. There were just, a couple of entries which at least made it to the Eurovision final, but nothing what would really be in top 5 or so, or even close to it. But I have to say, I'm actually a huge fan of Ireland in the song contest. I liked so many of their entries. I mean, the old ones in the 90s, like, for example, The Voice. I also really like some of their entries in the noughties, for example, Every Song is a Cry for Love by Brian Kennedy. And in the recent years, Ireland was actually my number one in several years, including Together by Ryan O'Shaughnessy. Of course, because of my very warm feelings towards Ireland in Eurovision Song Contest, I have watched their national selection, which was again taking place as part of the late night show in Ireland, so pretty late on, I think, Friday evening. So the format, how they have organized the selection was really, really poor. If you even compare it to Luxembourg selection, which also had, restricted budget, actually no experience from the previous years, it was still looking like 1,000 times better than the selection in Ireland. And when it comes to the songs, I still remember when I have listened to the lineup of the Irish selection in advance, there was nothing what I would really gladly see in Eurovision in my top 5 or top 10. I think the only song which I liked, but which really disappointed me with the live performance with Love Me Like I Do.
You tell me to leave me, I'm the one who can please me, I'm going home with myself tonight. No one can love.
And the winner was Bambie Thug, which is, as well as like the Swiss representative, is non-binary. So it's great to bring some diversity. They're really very creative personality if you take a look at the song, but also at the costumes which they are wearing. It is incredible. It is very different. I was not a fan of the song. For me, I have to admit, it was kind of hard to listen to. So when they were performing the national selection, I just left the room for a couple of minutes. But I have heard that they have released in March an official music video. I hope that the song was maybe slightly revamped and became a bit less, aggressive in some way. So let's just listen to it. I hope I don't have to leave the room while filming this reaction. This is Bambie Thug with Doomsday Blue. So the only thing which I remember about that song is that it sounded like some sort of witchcraft. And yeah, I'm really curious what kind of visuals they brought for their official music video. Let's go.
Note to self, ex-boyfriends make new, better boyfriend.
And yeah, immediately we start with this witchcraft. She's basically admitting that, that I'm saying she, it's again like with Switzerland, I'm just not really used to this non-binary pronouncers. So they kind of admit that they are a hex, a witch, and again, this kind of dark magic begins.
I speak to destroy the feelings I have. I cannot avoid through twisted tongues a hex deployed on you. That all the pretties in your bed escape your hands and make you sad, and all the things you wish you had, you lose.
I think till now, their vocals sound quite good. This is quite interesting. You're like curious. Okay, this sounds weird, but what's coming next? So yeah, the beginning is not so bad. This is really, really aggressive. For me, it's just a sort of screaming. It's not really singing. Yeah, I'm not sure that I'm vibing with this so much. I'm sure that there are people who like that. I mean, after all, they won the televote in Ireland, and I have heard a lot of positive words about this one from some of the Eurovision fans. It's just not really down my alley, and I can't really imagine that this might rank really high in Eurovision. But yeah, let's see.
Guess you'd rather have a star than the moon. I guess I always overestimate you.
What I'm really curious about is what kind of staging they can bring on the Eurovision stage, because the staging which I remember from the late night show was nothing really groundbreaking. There were some dancers, I assume. It was looking not bad in comparison to the others, but it was definitely a little bit more like a school concert style performance, so not really for the Eurovision stage. But they had limited budget. I don't think that Bambie Thug really had a very good producing team. I think they work without any kind of label. So yeah, this was impressive for the Irish late night show, but for the Eurovision, they definitely need completely different staging. There are a lot of interesting ideas which you can do with this kind of song. I think maybe making really sort of theatrical performance, telling us a story through the performance so that the focus actually is not on the song and on those screams in the song, but rather on like the storyline behind it. I think they can really play with that, and then maybe the song will come alive with this. Yeah, this is a really, I would say, even scary visuals, scary song. It's just, not something for me personally, but I like that they really go fully into this vibe. They really bring in a real witchcraft energy on stage with this, I hope. So if some people like this kind of dark, a bit more gothic styled performances and songs, they might like it and might vote for it. It's not for everyone, but so none of the songs is.
Guess you'd rather have a star than the moon. I guess I always overestimate you. Who do all the things that you do? I'm down.
Okay, now we kind of move from this really dark and mysterious music video to something what looks a bit more campy, funny, ridiculous. I'm not sure how to characterize this, what they're doing here. This is now again more like school level music video, just filming something with kind of costumes which you can do by yourself. So it doesn't look now anymore as high budget as the beginning was. I just really hope that for Eurovision they have some incredible ideas to make it not look just ridiculous, a bit like maybe Vampires Are Alive looked with DJ Bobo in 2007.
For your spirits after midnight, say so. Let it go. From heaven to hell, enjoy the ride.
Because basically they also had an amazing music video with all those vampires and so on. Everything looked really cool, but the live performance was just terrible, looking cheap, and I hope Ireland will not go this way.
Down in my doomsday blues. Sat back, stealing borrowed.
This bridge is beautiful. I like this melody. It is a bit more classy. This is how I think the whole song should have been like. I think this kind of also dark, a bit mysterious, gothic atmosphere would fit to this type of melody. But unfortunately, this melody probably comes just for a short while, because now we're after 2 minutes, 15 seconds.
It's strangely hollow, you. I guess you're slow dance me out of my soul.
Yeah, this part is quite cool. It actually now reminds me a little bit of Scarlett with Circus X from Swedish Selection.
You're safe, you're lost in their mirror maze. Where is
But unfortunately, even Circus X, which was definitely much more memorable and much more Eurovision adopted, dark witchcraft song, even this didn't make it to the final of the Swedish Selection. So I'm not very optimistic about Doomsday Blue. I can definitely imagine some families just switching their channel once they see this performance of Ireland and deciding, okay, maybe Eurovision semi-final, we are done, we better watch some American Idol or whatever. Because it's really, special. And I think for some people it's enjoyable, but for many others it will be just really hard to listen to, hard to sit through. So the dedicated fans will of course watch it, but I mean, for the general public, I think at this point of time in their broadcasting figures, they can definitely see some drop in the number of viewers. It's just not for everyone, this type of song. Yeah, this ending of the song was really long and really intense. So as I said, I think for many people it will be just the reason to either switch the channel or turn off the sound. So now let's actually talk what this song is about. So they are saying in this lyrics that, the visions of you, the words that you said, that they would like to undo it, everything from their head, but it's just not an easy job. So yeah, it's, as I said, about some love which is just one-sided and not appreciated from the other side, and that how this witch is trying to put some hex on the person to curse him for not reciprocating the love. It is quite an unusual message, but quite a cool one, and it really fits the song very well. So let's take a look in which semi-final Ireland will perform this year. So we can see that Ireland has been drawn again first half of the first semi-final, and producers have put Ireland to perform fourth, which means after Cyprus, Serbia and Lithuania, and before the automatic finalists UK, Ukraine and Poland. So we still haven't heard the Lithuanian song, we have heard Cyprus and Serbia. So Cyprus is, complete opposite of what Bambie Thug is doing in her song. So very, optimistic, nice vibe, summer bop. And Serbia was also something completely different. It was a bit more like sad, melancholic song. And yeah, I'm not sure which genre Lithuania has. I believe it's something a bit more dancey, but I'm not sure. But I think Ireland will in any case stand out because there's no other entry which looks like the Irish one. And UK, because there is Ole Alexander, who is quite a popular performer, he will definitely drag attention to him after the Irish performance. So I think that this draw is not necessarily good for Ireland. It's also in the beginning of the lineup, so it already by default puts their chances lower than they could have been if Bambie would be drawn second half. So based on the running order, I don't see Ireland qualifying at this point of time. But let's take a look what the bookmakers think about Ireland. So the bookmakers in this first semi-final put Ireland on place 12. So actually they don't see the chances of Ireland as low as maybe I do. So they still believe that with some amazing staging, Ireland can definitely have a shot into qualifying. Well, who knows? Maybe I'm missing something. And if we take a look at the Eurovision Scoreboard app, Ireland is ranked 9th from 15 entries of the first semi-final. So the Eurovision fans actually believe in Bambie Thug qualifying for the final. So I think for Eurovision fans, maybe it's, very unusual entry, especially from Ireland, which was sending rather conservative entries in the last years. Seeing now something like that, it's sort of groundbreaking, and I can definitely understand why they're going for this. I think Ireland has an advantage because the song is either loved or hated. And in Eurovision, you cannot really vote against the song. You can only vote for the song. So if Bambie has quite a dedicated fan base for this song, then actually they might qualify. But of course, the historical overview of Irish results in Eurovision doesn't give me more hope in them qualifying, because you can see that in the last 15 years, Ireland is actually ranked 26, which puts them only on place 14 from 15 semi-finalists. So this is not a very good result, especially taking into account that behind Ireland is only Luxembourg, which just has never taken part in the semi-finals. So basically Ireland is just dead last. But it's also interesting to see that when they were not qualifying, for example, in 2014, they actually were supposed to qualify in accordance with the televote. I will remind you, it was the song Heartbeat by Can Lin. So apart from that short golden period of Ireland in Eurovision semi-finals, so to say between 2011 and 2014, I think Ireland just constantly every year shows us not very impressive results. I would be quite surprised if this year it changes, but really Bambie Thug is such an amazing performer. They definitely have proven it in that late night show where they just smashed the stage, so to say. Even without a very incredible performance, there was such a high energy that even the conservative Irish public decided to vote for that. So I'm pretty sure that with an amazing live performance in Malmö, they can definitely at least fight for the place in the final. If the fight will be successful, time will show. Are you one of those fans voting for Ireland in the Eurovision Scoreboard app maybe? Or will you even vote for Ireland in Eurovision in May? Is it your number one? Please let me know down below in the comments. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope Ireland can finally break this bad record and make it to the final. And this we will see in the beginning of May, so just in some weeks.